Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Darksage Walker, and I'm just gonna come right out with it. I tried to do this run earlier, and I don't know what exactly happened or why, but it just resulted in there being just a terrible, horrible, excruciating pain in my leg. Like, I'm not even sure I have a good way to really say it. It was just horrible pain for no reason, and I hated it and I wanted to die. So I took a little break and came back to this run with new eyes, and I'm thinking that I'm going to change up the signature, but the idea is still the same. I want to show off Storm Entourage because I was really liking it when I was using it in an earlier run. I thought to myself, okay, let's actually play around with this a little bit. So this is a spell in a very similar vein to, oh, you know what? That's what I was doing. I was going to try to get the retro floor plan, as I tend to do. And look at that. Oops. I'm sorry, Jade. It's a good thing you're invincible. Shit, maybe you should be doing the Chaos Trials. So, when you use the move, it just creates a series of circling whirlwinds around you. As you notice, they kind of circle for a little while, and then they just kind of stop, and they just kind of create this zone where enemies can't really cross. So it's both kind of like a close-range barrier of sorts, and also a zone deterrent. And I've also just found a very weird glitch where it's saying that a lot more damage has happened here than actually happened. Like, that to me is just hilarious. But yeah, in that respect, the spell acts a lot like Cardus Prime. The tornadoes will follow you to wherever. Right, is it going to do the same thing if I do that? Like, are these dummies are very broken. Like, how is it saying that I did that much damage? Holy crap. But because of that, I figured one of the best ways to make use of this spell was with something that allows you to move in and of itself. So I chose Bolt Rail, but for your purposes, you could use whatever. Like, it comes to my attention that because this is one that works well with things that allow movement of some other means, Ice Dagger might actually not be bad. But anyway, I'm not looking to start anywhere specific, but of course we're gonna have to fight Atlas because, you know how much the game hates me. Alright, so we have an immediate Storm Entourage, and we also have Tidal Blast. So here's the thing, I am learning very quickly that God damn it. Okay, that was interesting. I don't know how I feel about any of those. You've got things that are interesting, though. Once again, we will have to wait and see what all shows up. So as you can see, this very... Okay, well, this room is a horror show. Alright, well that is a good example of everything went wrong, and it did so pretty much all at once. But hopefully you're seeing what exactly it is I like about Storm Entourage, even if I am kind of playing like crap. It's a nice long-lasting spell with a wide range. It follows you pretty effectively. Like, I really have no complaints about Storm Entourage. Whatever complaints I might have about the run in general, by just getting my ass kicked. Like, I am unfortunately well aware that this may just end up being a very short run. And when I was trying to do this earlier, it just... everything was going wrong. And to be fair, things aren't looking much different now, but I think that's more so because... that's more so because of trying to use a close-range build in an environment like this. And when I say like this, I mean one with pardon me, one with the retro floor plan active. But as you can see, now that we've got it upgraded, it now produces 5 little dust levels. It covers even more area, and yeah, it's pretty much all upside from there. Now, I am just having a bad run, though. And I think that's partially because of the whole leg thing earlier, but also I don't know, I'm just not... I mean, I've pretty much explained what it is. It's that I'm trying to use a close-range build in an environment that's packed with enemies. But I am nothing if not committed to my cause. Now, another question you could probably ask yourself about this build is, but Dark Sage, what about Arcana Spotlight? Doesn't that kind of cover the same ground? And yes, in a sense, it does cover much of the same ground. The difference, of course, being that Arcana Prime lasts longer. Or not Arcana Prime, Storm Entourage lasts longer. Like the tornadoes don't disappear nearly as quickly as Storm Entourage. Sorry, I'm so out of it right now. No, the tornadoes don't disappear nearly as quickly as the ice blades do from Arcana Prime. Okay. This has got to be the wimpiest, adorable mimic I've ever had, but I think it'll carry me further than everything else. Plus, remember, this is mostly about critical hits, so I don't need huge damage bonuses. But yeah, considering how I'm playing right now, with, 591 damage on one floor, I'm very worried about how this is going to work out later. Because even though I want to show off Cardus Prime, I am just not doing a very good job of that. Okay, what do we have here? Admittedly, nothing that's lighting my world on fire or anything. God damn it. Yes, the real danger that you're seeing with this run is not Storm Entourage itself, which I absolutely love. Oh, I could have had the friggin' vampire outfit. God damn it. Alright, well, let's grab that first, because now that I have this, if and when I run into Iris, she will not have Bolt Rail, the Bolt Rail. Yeah, when I run into Iris, she will not have the Bolt Rail augment for sale. So now I have the Bolt Rail upgrade, and I have a better critical enchantment. But, I mean, if I'm being 100% honest with myself, I know the kind of popular term for it is like the Beyblade setup, but anything that you could use Cardus Prime for, you could be using Storm Entourage for. And if you need specific elemental coverage, then take whatever you need. But I personally think Storm Entourage is a slightly better spell, mostly because the tornadoes last longer, and they just create this sort of coverage. Like after they're finished. So, to me, Storm Entourage is the slightly better pick. Alright, now let's go ahead and grab the Vampire's Eyeglasses. Wherever they are. Do you even have anything that I want? Like, is the Poem of Fiery Rhyme even really worth it? I'm kind of unsure about that. I feel really stupid about the idea... Oh, hold on, I have a better idea. I feel really stupid about the idea that I could have had the Vampires guys, but... oh well. Win some, you lose some. Moving on. With any luck, there'll be another chance to get it. Much better. For those of you who are curious, yes, it is a Sierra Mist. Zero sugar, of course. And hopefully you got a good chance to understand how this works against bosses. Ooh, hello. Now we have another advancing attack, and I am pleased as punch. Pardon me. Pardon me. Got all sorts of advanced movement and things to help keep me safe. The run is going a little bit better now. Not to mention, of course, the vampire's eyeglasses. Now, another thing I would really like is something that will help me boost my critical hit chance, which at the moment, yeah, not so much. But hopefully that's a good demonstration of one of the things I really like about Storm Entourage. So what do we got? We got this. But this also leads me to a warning that I probably should have put at the very front of this video, which is that builds like this are difficult to use in an environment like the one created by the retro floor plan, because you kind of don't want to be jumping into the middle of that many enemies. Like, it just creates drama. Not to mention many headaches. Like, when I was doing this earlier, before that weird, like, pain in my leg started up, yeah, I don't know how in the world we managed to get. Yeah, I hate you guys so much. Yeah, before that happened, I was attempting this using Thunder Drop instead of Seismic Entry. Not gonna lie, it was not going well. Like, even with the leg pain considered, it wasn't going much differently than what you were seeing earlier. Oh, there's Thunder Drop. And that's really about all I'm going to take, honestly. Now, against mooks, that's a very good option for drawing enemies into yourself while you've got the Storm Entourage going. And one of the examples that I had brought up that first time around is that because Storm Entourage pairs so well with things that allow movement in some other way, maybe Ice Dagger would even be the better choice. And it's just things to think about. But I think ultimately, because it fills the same sort of use case as Cardus Prime, it would be understandable if people looked at this and said, so it's basically a worse Cardus Prime. Now, I personally don't think it's worse because of the idea that the tornadoes hang around for a little while. It actually creates a better defensive buffer. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, in the long run, I think that's going to help me out a little bit more in the end. Alright, Captain's Ring is a maybe. With that, I would get credit for four elements. So that would definitely be worth something. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out is that as my opening relic, I did take the Analytical Monocle. Now, even though the build is mostly close range, you'll notice that there's only one Arcana of the initial 4 that I went into the run with that actually counts as melee. So let's break it down. Over here, if you look down at the bottom of the status screen here, you'll see that it's just got the little orb symbol. That means that the Arcana is a basic. But Bolt Rail doesn't count as anything else, so you wouldn't get the Dark Katana bonus or the Chaos Visor bonus, so Dark Katana wouldn't have worked there. This, by the 2 symbols, the arrow means it's a dash Arcana, and the boot means it's a movement Arcana. So once again, no melee there. Storm Entourage actually counts as none of the above. It's basically a miscellaneous. So that wouldn't help. So then that leaves this, which has the boot Arcana, or the boot symbol, which means movement. The, I guess, starry square. I don't know how exactly that means jump Arcana, but that is. And then the pumpy arm means it's a melee Arcana. So as you see, of the original 4, the only one that actually would have gotten a bonus from Dark Katana is Seismic Entry, which is why I went with Analytical Monocle. So we'll go ahead and grab that. That's another 12%. That's certainly not bad. So if you're planning on trying out Storm Entourage with a critical hit build, start your critical hit build with... Ow. Yeah, start your critical hit build with the Analytical Monocle instead of the Dark Katana. Remember, this is very important. But then, also, you could run a Storm Entourage build using the same thing you would use for the classic Beyblade setup. You could use Tearing Whirlwind, and it would be just fine. I know that the normal setup for that is Tearing Whirlwind and Cardus Prime. Some people like to use Volt Pinball for it. You know, whatever floats your boat, really. But I would say Storm Entourage is definitely one of the better kind of like moving orbital Arcana out there. See, Shearing Chain would also work very well. As a matter of fact, maybe instead of taking a Jump Arcana, you'd get a lot more work done with something like Shearing Chain. Or if you want to stick with the... Like, when I was recording this earlier, I basically had a setup that was lightning, wind, wind, lightning. If you want to go with something like that, you can also use Shock Assault as your essentially movement. What I'm trying to say is that there's all sorts of options for the quote-unquote Beyblade setup, and I'm giving you more to try, but ultimately, I still think that Storm Entourage is a very good Arcana that deserves a little bit more attention because it does have the ability to have a lot of these same things going for it as those other close-range orbital Arcanas. But it also lingers at the end for lovely defensive shenanigans. The beautiful consistency of it is something that I really like. Interesting that would show up, but okay. I'm down for the bunny ears. I'm not necessarily down for that, but if I need a freebie for some reason. And as you can see, because it doesn't count as a projectile, the Earth Knight's Mirror Shield doesn't do anything to get rid of it. I am going to grab this even though I have a horrible time using the bracers, but... And all the damage that I took in that room was because of the Toxic Bolus holding me still. Not surprisingly, this floor's kicking my ass. And it's always Atlas on level 3 that does. And considering how I was playing both earlier today and now, with the sort of handicap that I've forced upon myself, I'd say I'm not doing that badly. Yeah, now I'm just playing straight up poorly. Like, if for some reason you thought it was just a fluke, no, I'm kind of sucking right now. Ugh, 2 floors of Earth-based enemies kicking my ass. That is not what I wanted. On the other hand... Oh, hold on. No. We can't have this. I mean, I didn't want that either, but... Oh, well. And in case you guys are wondering, yes, I'm shocked by how poorly I'm performing right now. I'm trying to show off Storm Entourage, but it's really hard to do when you leave the floor having taken 800 fucking damage. Perhaps that's just a testament as to how difficult Atlas's floor can be when the enemies are fully powered up. But like with any movement-based orbital, be careful with how you use it. It can set off the nitroglycerin barrels. Hey, speak of the devil, there's... God, I hate summoners so much. Jesus Christ, all of you stop. Okay, that was just a horrifying couple of rooms. Sometimes you don't have to get fancy though. Sometimes just using the spell is enough. Except for when literally everything is striking at range and you can't move. Yeah, I've said this before, I will continue to say it time and time again. Atlas has the worst mooks. They will destroy you. I don't know what it is about the Earth-based mooks, but they are goddamn horrifying. They can all poison, they can all do ridiculous damage. They all have nutty kinds of options. Like, it's just a horror show dealing with them. It looks like I had a chance to take the Sanguine attire after all. Did I mention they can all do stupid high damage? Oh yeah, I am in big trouble. Another 800 damage, good lord. As much as I like Storm Entourage and as much as I'm enjoying using the build, this is not the right environment for it. Yeah, using melee-based builds in an environment where retro floor plan is a thing is very difficult. Even when you have a contingency plan as good as Storm Entourage. Which you can take that one of two ways. It's either, wow, we got really lucky at that, or hey, Storm Entourage is really that good. I mean, honestly, take it however you want, because maybe it's a little... Because more than likely, the truth is that it's a little bit of both. Good lord, how is this summoner getting that lucky? Well, fortunately, we're back up to a decent amount of health. Not gonna lie, this has been a very scary run. And it's been hard to really talk about Storm Entourage just because everything has been so hectic. But hopefully I've been able to make my point, regardless of that. Oh, that was... I just saw lightning outside. I mean, for what it's worth, we were expecting thunderstorms here in Minnesota, so... Oh, and you see that perfect seismic entry signature, followed by the more than imperfect just getting nailed in the face? Owie. There we go. Okay, I feel a little bit better about myself now, but wow, was that a difficult run for me. So let's be fair, it was the Vampire's Eyeglasses and the Sanguine attire that's pulled me through, but... yeah, maybe on a run that isn't being amped up by the retro floor plan, give Storm Entourage a try. I think it's really worth your time. It is a very good Arcana that I think is deserving of a chance. And that is it for me, so thank you guys very much. I'm getting a step or two closer now to being able to start doing bits and pieces of... I was thinking both on starting up a guide, which is something that I know people have been asking about, and yes, I am interested and able to do a guide, to do Wizard of Legend guides. I have a lot of playtime, so definitely something to think about there. I've also been talking about doing a Wizard of Legend tier list for the basic Arcanas, so, you know, again, something to look forward to, because those are on the agenda. So again, thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your day. I am going to have a little bit of fun with this thunderstorm, assuming that it's a thing and I didn't just see something out of the corner of my eye, and I will see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I'm out. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you